Hey folks, I'm Walter, and if you're new to cruising, there's one thing that you probably have heard of, and that is the buffet. I swear the cruise ship buffets are as famous as the ships themselves. But what are they really like? What should you expect when you go to a buffet? And you should always abide by 5 golden rules anytime you go in there. Now, the cruise buffets can vary widely across cruise lines and even across the ships within the same cruise line. So no two buffets are created equal. Now, in general, what you're going to find in there is multiple station. You're always going to find a salad bar. You'll find some cold meat, some cold fish, sometimes hot meat. You might find some international type foods like Indian food, Asian food, things like that. Usually there's a meat carving station somewhere in there. And of course desserts, which can vary widely from cakes and cupcakes, maybe soft serve ice cream and scoop ice cream as well. Now the layout of the buffet restaurant can vary widely from ship to ship. Sometimes you'll just have a single buffet line that goes front to back. Sometimes you'll have duplicate lines on either side of the restaurant, maybe some in the back. Or some of the buffets just have a big central area where most of the food is congregated in one central area, and then all of the seating is on both sides. And my biggest tip when you go into a buffet is to never grab a plate right away, whether it's the first day, the second day, or the last day. Take a tour of the buffet because offerings will change every single day. There will be a lot of items that are just going to be the same. Every breakfast, every lunch, and every dinner, you're going to see the same item. But every single day, there usually is something different for breakfast, there's something different for lunch, and there's something different for dinner. And if you don't just simply take a tour around the buffet to see what's available first, you might miss something that you really wanted. So take a tour, see what's available first, then grab your plate and start going through the lines. Now in general, all of the buffets are self-serve. There may be certain stations where they will be serving you, such as the omelet station or the meat carving station, where they will actually prepare and serve you the food. But for the most part, buffets are self-serve. Now if you have allergies, a buffet is an area where cross-contamination can happen because it is self-serve. People can move things around. You can always talk to a chef and they will point out the things that will be safe for you to eat. Now, if you have severe allergic reactions, you might consider skipping the self-serve areas of the buffet altogether and going to a different location where they serve you or a seated restaurant. Now, there are some drinks included in the buffet. There's usually coffee, tea, water for sure. There might be some juices available, but for the most part, things like soda, specialty coffees, and certainly alcohol and beer are going to be an added charge on top of the buffet. Now, some cruise lines do include soft drinks and sodas as well, but for the most part, you are going to have to pay extra for those items. Now, if you have any mobility issues or you have any issues at all trying to carry the food either through the buffet or back to the table, just let a crew member know. Somebody will gladly go through the line with you and they will take your food back to the table. So don't struggle, just ask for help. It's there for you. Now, depending on when you go to the buffet, seating could be at a premium. They are popular. So be sure to look all the way around the buffet to see if there's any seating. Oftentimes there's seating outside and you can take your plate pretty much anywhere on the ship. So you're not limited to just eating in the buffet restaurant. So now the 5 golden rules of the buffet, and this applies to a cruise ship or anywhere else you go to a buffet. Number 1, wash your dang hands, all right? Wash them, sanitize them. We don't know where your hands have been. And you're going to start grabbing at the tongs and the spoons and whatnot. So we would really like for you to have clean hands before you get to the buffet. Number 2, don't cut the line. Okay? It's simple. If you see a group of people in a line, get in the back of the line. Don't come from the other direction and just start grabbing at the food, because trust me, you're not going to make good friends on that cruise ship. And number 3, and this is really important, and we already talked a little bit about this, don't move the tongs and the spoons from the dishes where they are located. There are a lot of people on that cruise ship who have allergies. And if you take a spoon from here and you move it over to there, you have now cross-contaminated that food and you could cause an allergic reaction to somebody else on the cruise ship. So keep the tongs and spoons with the same dishes where you found them. Number 4, don't use your hands. I mean, people just start grabbing at stuff. I've seen adults and kids do this. That's what the tongs are for. That's what the spoons are for. Yes, it might just be a cookie, but use the tong to grab the cookie. Because if you just reach in, you're touching like 4 or 5 other cookies around it. We really don't want that. Use the tongs. And number 5, take what you can eat. Okay, there's no reason to pile up like 4 pounds of food and take it back to your table and you end up like leaving 2 pounds to throw away. The buffet is not going anywhere. You can make 2, 3, 4, 5 trips, as many trips as you want. So there's no need to do that big piling on of a plate. Now, in terms of some of our favorite buffets, well, the Disney Fantasy had the best buffet. I mean, just lovely buffet, a lot of variety, but they don't serve dinner. Celebrity Cruises, consistently, excellent buffet on all of their ships, and a lot of variety, and they really change things up day to day, which is awesome. And Holland America actually had a really good buffet too, and they had some sushi on there. There's really good sushi as well. So those are 3 of the cruise buffets that we like. Now, what about the rest of you? Did I leave anything off? Are there some other tips or maybe some other things that folks should know about the buffet? Leave them down there in the comments. And if you like what we're doing, if we're bringing you some value for your cruise research, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for your support.